Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. Today, I, Kunal Nagpal, am feeling immensely delighted to welcome you on board this online academic portal, Nagpal Academic Academia. My dear friends, in this particular session, I would like to highlight the core developments, the significant core developments being made by our leading aviation company, Air India. Yes, you have heard me right. Air India is actually helping to create the brand name India across the entire global aviation sector. Yes, especially the last 1 year, ever since Tata assumed the management and controlling responsibilities of Air India. Since then, the strategic transformation is taking place in the overall operations, if I talk in entirety. And that is actually helping to glorify India in terms of aviation sector. And that's really beautiful. On one hand, we are observing that our extremely charismatic leaders are in a continuous process of bringing out new innovative policies all together in each and every domain, hence very beautifully justifying the program of Amrit Mahotsav. On similar grounds, Tata is also trying its best to glorify and beautify the brand name Air India. Yes. So, today being 6th April 2023, this day actually embarks the beginning of the second round, that is the second phase of the turnaround plan, the 5-year turnaround plan, which is actually embarking the entire transformation process of Air India. The first phase, called Vihaan.AI, is actually a wonderful milestone in front of us, where we can see that Air India has been able to create laurels. The most significant development which has taken place is actually the purchase of 470 aircraft, the largest purchase made in the Indian aviation sector, and that's really commendable. After this particular step by Air India, other companies in the aviation sector followed the suit. So, my dear friends, it would be really a great pleasure to discuss this particular insight with you, because it will help us to actually understand and comprehend the really innovative strategies with a very, very broad mindset, which are actually governing the entire operations of Air India. This is an excellent example in front of us, my dear friends, that how we can actually create miraculous success with our small inputs. But what is required is a very innovative mindset with a long-term vision. So, my dear friends, Air India has actually done with the first phase of its 5-year turnaround plan, and what lies next to the cards is really very, very interesting. That is takeoff. Air India today, as I said, that is on 6th April 2023, announced that it has concluded the first phase of its 5-year transformation plan called Vihaan.AI. The first phase of the airline's transformation journey focused on addressing the legacy issues of the airline and hence laying the foundation for the future growth altogether. In January 2022, the Tata Group took over the management and control of this particular airline. It bought from the India government at around 18,000 crore rupees. Later, in September 2022, Air India had actually unveiled Vihaan.AI, its multi-stage transformation roadmap towards becoming a world-class global airline with an Indian heart. Let's see this excellent vision of Air India to become the world-class global airline with an Indian heart. It is very beautifully helping to create the brand name India in the entire globe. So we are not only aspiring to become the first strategic airline for the Indian economy, but for the entire global aviation market, but with an Indian heart. That is connecting to the core roots. So my dear friends, after the conclusion of the first phase of Vihaan.AI, this particular airline said that it will actually focus on the next year of the transformation plan called Takeoff, which is actually focused on developing the platforms, processes and systems basically needed to build towards excellence. And this phase will also witness the consolidation of the group airlines AirAsia India and Air India Express. Vistara will also be merged with Air India following the grant of regulatory approval. Moreover, in recent months, Air India placed an historic order of nearly 470 aircraft, as I had just said, and actually announced massive outlays for basically refurbishing the existing aircraft and IT upgrade holistically. Hence, commenting on the conclusion of the first phase of the transformation plan, the CEO, Mr. Campbell Wilson, said, "The first 6 months of our transformation, which began since September 2022, which actually embarked the completion of the first phase of this turnaround plan, the 5-year turnaround plan. The journey up till now has actually engaged and united Air Indians behind a common cause and hence made great strides in actually tackling many issues that had built up over the years. Now, our record-setting aircraft order, the commitment of $400 million to completely refurbish the existing aircraft, the investment of $200 million in the new IT, and the recruitment of thousands of staff are but a few of the significant investments being made to basically restore Air India to the upper echelons of global aviation. My dear friends, during the first phase of its transformation plan, Air India had also revamped the menus on international and domestic routes, launched premium economy seats for the first time ever on select long-haul flights, and actually insourced some of the critical customer service functions. The airline also said that more than 10 lakh legacy refund cases were settled between February to December 2022. On the employee front, it basically onboarded more than 3,800 staff across the crew and other functions to basically support growth and hence improve the overall customer experience. Rolled out new organization structure and revamped the roles across the levels. It also expedited the fleet expansion with 36 leased aircraft, including 11 wide bodies being delivered in 2022-23. And this actually helped Air India to actually create its overall brand name by adding 6 new international routes while increasing the frequency on another 24. So my dear friends, we have been able to see the excellent diversification plan which is being very well executed by this great giant Air India. Yes, I would like to say it's a great giant because it has a very strong vision which it is fulfilling with full dedication. That is to actually embrace the entire global airlines with an Indian heart. and it is very beautifully justifying its own brand name, Air India. It's really great. That is to glorify the sky by taking a high flight and glorifying the name India across the globe. So, on this note, I would like to conclude this session by realizing that you must have found this session extremely impactful and insightful at the same time, helping you to realize the core strengths and the real wealth of our economy. The talent which we possess is really beyond imagination, and that is being proved by our great leaders, be at the national level or be it the great pioneers, the great business leaders who are actually creating wonders. They are the wonderful inspiration for us. So, on this note, I would like to conclude, and I actually convey my best wishes to all of you, and I hope you all take excellent care of yourselves until we meet next. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.